now 6 months into this dream role. You've always wanted to be a mortgage broker. You've got your CMAP, you've got your qualification, you found your firm, all those different things. You're now self-employed. You've been self-employed for 6 months, 9 months in. The honeymoon period is over and things aren't quite going to plan. You start to question yourself, you start to think about, have I made the right decision? You get imposter syndrome, and you get to a bit of a crossroads where you're thinking, have I made the right decision? Have I made the right choice? Do I go back to what I knew before? Do I go back, make that easy decision? So you get to the crossroads and then you sort of got to look at yourself and think, right, what do I do now? Do I take the easy option and go back to what I did before? Or do you take the tough decision, the hard route, and you have to look at yourself and think, what do I want to do now? Because you speak to any mortgage broker and the first 2 years are tough. You've got to put in the daily grind. You've got to keep doing what you're doing. You've got to keep having that persistence and that drive and motivation to keep pushing, knowing what you're doing is right, and it will come together. It will work. It just takes time. You have to ask yourself, have you got that drive and motivation? And above all, persistence. Keep doing what you're doing when you're not quite getting the results you thought you would do, because job is not easy. You speak to any mortgage broker, nothing is handed to you on a plate. And this message might seem a bit tough and a little bit over the top. Actually, that is the reality of being a mortgage broker. Yes, it looks great. Yes, you might have seen a mortgage broker, seen doing what they do and thought, do you know what, I can do that. But what you don't see is underneath the surface. What you don't see is behind the scenes of the daily grind of being a mortgage broker, of trying to get leads, converting those leads into clients, getting those clients a mortgage, placing them, making sure that case goes through to completion so you finally get paid on that case. All those things take drive, motivation and persistence. And so you have to ask yourself the question that, do you take the easy route and go back to doing something else? Do you go back to being employed if you're now self-employed? Or you get your sleeves rolled up, you dig in, do you know what you're doing is right? You know what you're doing will work in the end, but have you got that drive, motivation and persistence to make it work? And if you have, keep digging, keep grinding, keep working, and above all, keep doing what you're doing, because it will work in the end.